If someone told you 5 years ago that Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania would be ranked as one of the best job markets in the entire country, that it would be hosting the NFL draft, and that people from California, Texas, and New York would be lining up to move here, you probably would have laughed. But here we are. It's 2026, and Pittsburgh is not the city that you think it is. Now, whether you have been researching this move for months or you're just stumbled across this video, I want you to hear this clearly. Pittsburgh is one of the most underrated and misunderstood cities in America right now. People either overhype it or completely underestimate it. And if you're seriously thinking about relocating here, you deserve the full, honest picture. And I say that not just as a person making this video for you, but as someone who has helped many families relocate here over the last 12 years. I was born and raised here. I see what surprises people. I see what excites them. And I see what they wish they had known before they moved. So today, we're doing the real 2026 update. The good, the not so good, and the things that nobody else is telling you. Stick around, because what we cover toward the end of this video might completely change how you feel about making this move. Let's start where everyone starts, and honestly, where Pittsburgh still shines the brightest: the cost of living. I've been helping families and individuals relocate to Pittsburgh area for years now, and I can tell you that this is still the #1 reason why people reach out to me. They're tired of feeling squeezed. They're tired of handing over half their paycheck just to keep a roof over their heads. And when they start looking at the numbers here, something clicks. According to the Council for Community and Economic Research, Pittsburgh's overall cost of living sits about 2% below the national average. Now, I know that sounds modest, but here is where it really gets interesting. According to Redfin, the median sale price for a home in Pittsburgh was around $213,000 as of January 2026. Compare that to the national median, which sits closer to $420,000 or more, depending on the source. And then you start to see the picture. That's not a small gap. That's a life-changing gap. Just last month, I helped a family move from California to a home in Cranberry Township that was nearly twice the size of their LA condo at less than half the price. That's the kind of reality my clients see every day when they're relocating here. According to Zillow, the typical home value in the Pittsburgh metro has gone up about 4.2% over the past year, which means that the market is appreciating at a healthy pace without overheating the way that Sunbelt markets did over the last few years. And here is why that really catches people off guard. According to salary.com, Pittsburgh's cost of living for a single person runs about $2,400 per month. For a family of 4, you're looking at roughly $5,300 a month. Those numbers are about 3% lower than the national average and significantly lower than what you would pay in cities like Boston, San Francisco, or even Austin. Groceries here run about 2% below the national average. Healthcare costs about 5 to 7% less than the national average. And when people ask me if they can actually live well here on a normal salary, the answer is almost always yes. Now, does that mean that everything is cheap? No. And we're going to get into where your budget might surprise you in a minute. But at a starting point, Pittsburgh's affordability is real, it's measurable, and it is one of the main reasons this city keeps climbing the relocation rankings. Now, here's where the conversation starts to shift, because affordability only matters if you have a good income to go with it. That is where Pittsburgh's story has changed dramatically. If you still picture Pittsburgh as a steel town with limited career options, I need you to update that mental image right now. This city has transformed into a major hub for healthcare, technology, education, robotics, and artificial intelligence. Wallet Hub ranked Pittsburgh as the second best city for jobs in the country heading into 2025, citing high-quality employment, strong job opportunities, and its growing reputation as a tech hub. And that momentum hasn't slowed down. According to the Pittsburgh Technology Council, the region now houses over 10,000 technology companies, and tech-related industries employ close to 284,000 people across the 13-county region. Average STEM salaries are topping $100,000 a year, and the presence of companies like Google, Duolingo, and Aurora Innovation keeps growing. And then there's healthcare. UPMC alone employs roughly 100,000 people, making it the largest non-government employer in all of Pennsylvania. With more than 40 hospitals and 80 outpatient sites, UPMC is not just a hospital system, it's an economic engine. Add in Allegheny Health Network, the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, research operations, and you start to understand why people call this an eds and meds economy. Education and medicine are deeply woven into the fabric of this region. Carnegie Mellon University, which consistently ranks among the top computer science and engineering schools in the world, continues to anchor the city's innovation pipeline. Their new robotics Robotics Innovation Center, a massive 150,000 square foot facility, is a signal of where this region is headed. And according to CompTIA's most recent tech jobs report, Pittsburgh saw a 25% or higher increase in the tech job postings from December to January 2006, putting it alongside cities like San Francisco and Baltimore as one of the top metros for tech hiring activity. Now, I do want to be balanced here. While the overall job market is strong, hiring in some specialized fields has become more competitive. Entry-level candidates and people in niche roles may find the process takes longer than expected. The jobs are growing, but employers are looking for very specific skill sets, especially in AI, cybersecurity, and cloud computing. Still, the bigger picture is this. Pittsburgh gives you a rare combination: strong career opportunities and stable growing industries paired with the cost of living that lets you actually enjoy the money that you earn. That is a combination that is getting harder and harder to find in this country. One of the things that I love most about helping people relocate here is watching their faces when they realize how different Pittsburgh's neighborhoods are from what they've expected. Pittsburgh is a city of neighborhoods. There are 90 of them, and each one of them has its own personality, its own pace, and honestly, its own little world. You're not just choosing Pittsburgh, you're choosing the specific pocket of Pittsburgh that matches the life that you want to live. If walkability and an urban lifestyle are your thing, neighborhoods like Shadyside and Lawrenceville are going to feel like home. Shadyside has that vibrant mix of restaurants, boutiques, and coffee shops along Walnut Street. Lawrenceville has become the go-to spot for young professionals and creatives with its galleries, breweries, and a street scene that gives off serious art district energy. If you're looking for a family-friendly suburb with strong schools and a true community feel, Mount Lebanon is a very popular pick. It consistently lands on best suburbs and best neighborhoods for families lists. It has a walkable main street, beautiful parks, and a neighborhood identity that people genuinely love. Squirrel Hill is another standout. It's one of the most diverse and walkable neighborhoods in the city, right next to Frick Park, which has over 600 acres of green space. Families, students, and longtime residents all share the sidewalks there, and it has this warm, lived-in feel that is really hard to replicate. And if you're looking just outside the city, areas like Moon Township, Robinson Township, Cranberry Township, and North Fayette, they offer fantastic schools, great communities, and a bit more space. And here's something that always catches newcomers off guard: the hospitality. People here are genuinely friendly. After traveling all over the country, I can tell you that warmth here is real. Whether you're walking through a park, grabbing coffee, or just running errands, people say hello. They wave, they stop to chat. It sounds small. When you're new to a city, that kind of neighborliness makes a world of difference. When I used to visit Philadelphia regularly, I'd say hello to someone on the street and they'd look at me like I was from another planet. Here in Pittsburgh, a simple hello is just part of the everyday charm. I want to be upfront about something. The housing market in some of the popular areas, neighborhoods, has gotten more competitive. According to Redfin, homes in Pittsburgh are averaging about 89 days on the market. In the most sought-after areas, well-priced homes can move faster than that. Prices have been creeping up steadily, so if you find something that you love, it pays to be prepared and ready to act. So let's take a breath and zoom out for a second. We've covered why Pittsburgh is still one of the most affordable major metros in America, why the job market here is genuinely impressive and growing, and why the neighborhoods and community feel tend to win people over almost immediately. And here's the thing. We've not even gotten to the part of the video that changes everything. In a minute, I'm going to walk you through the honest trade-offs, the things that catch people off guard, including the one factor about Pittsburgh that most relocation videos completely leave out. Now, I just threw a lot of numbers and neighborhood names at you, and I know that that can feel like a lot to process at once. So if you're serious about making this move, my team and I have actually put together a free Pittsburgh relocation guide that organizes all of this for you. Cost of living breakdowns, the top employers, best hospitals, school information, neighborhood comparisons, all in one place. So you're not scrambling across 10 different websites trying to piece it all together. And if you want to know how this has helped others, just check out the Google reviews from families that I've worked with. They'll tell you exactly what their experience has been like. I have provided a link to the free relocation guide down in the description and in the top pinned comment. It's 100% free, and honestly, it's the resource I wish existed when people first started asking me about relocating here. Grab that, and then let's keep going. All right, let's get into the real talk, because as much as I love this city and truly do, no place is perfect. And if you're making a cross-country move or a major life decision, you deserve to know exactly what you're walking into. Let's start with the weather, because this is the #1 adjustment for newcomers. Pittsburgh has a true 4-season climate. Summers are warm and can get humid. Falls are gorgeous, honestly some of the best foliage that you'll ever see. But winters are real. The average high in January is about 39 degrees Fahrenheit, and the average low drops to around 23. The city averages roughly 44 inches of snow every year, and there are stretched days of gray, overcast days that can test your patience if you're used to the sunshine. We actually have more cloudy and rainy days than Seattle. That surprises a lot of people. If you thrive on year-round sunshine and warm weather, this is going to be a significant adjustment for you. You'll need a real winter wardrobe, a solid plan for heating your home, and probably some experience with snow removal. On the flip side, we rarely deal with the kinds of natural disasters that other parts of the country face. No earthquakes, no hurricanes, no wildfires. That peace of mind is worth something. Now, let's talk about utilities, because this one sneaks up on people. According to several cost of living analysis, utility costs in Pittsburgh run about 22% higher than the national average. For a modest apartment, you're looking at basic utilities in the ballpark of $285 a month. If you're coming from a mild coastal climate where your heating bill was an afterthought, your first Pittsburgh winter utility bill might be a surprise. A big reason for this? Pittsburgh's housing stock. A large share of homes here were built before 1939. That means character, charm, and beautiful original details. But it also means older plumbing, older wiring, windows that might draft, and roofs that might need attention sooner than you would actually expect. According to Next Pittsburgh report, the average home on the market here is almost 90 years old. If you're buying a starter home at a great price, budget for upkeep and potential upgrades in addition to your monthly mortgage. As a local full-time realtor, I guide my clients through inspections all the time. It's all about knowing what to look for and negotiating smartly so that you can preserve that affordability. And then there are the taxes. Pennsylvania has a state income tax, and if you live within the city of Pittsburgh, there's an additional city wage tax. Real estate transfer taxes are also on the higher side. The state sales tax is 7% in Allegheny County when you factor in the local portion. These are not deal breakers, but they're worth factoring into your budget, especially if you're comparing the total cost of living with other states. One thing I always walk relocation clients through is the difference between property taxes inside the city limits versus surrounding townships. Two homes with the same price can have very different monthly costs depending on the municipality. That's where the strategy matters. One more thing on the practical side, infrastructure. Pittsburgh was built on hills and rivers, and the highway system reflects that. There are tunnels and bridges, merging lanes that can create bottlenecks during rush hour. If you live in the suburbs and commute into the city, you'll want to plan your route carefully. The city has made improvements, including the T light rail line that connects the South Hills to downtown, but the terrain creates some commuting realities that are just part of everyday life here. And let's not forget the potholes. Every winter, they show up like clockwork. We literally have a pothole hotline. It's a running joke among locals, but it's also very real. These are not reasons to avoid Pittsburgh. They're reasons to come here with your eyes wide open and a realistic budget in hand. And for the vast majority of people I work with, the savings and the quality of life still make the trade worth it. And now, here's the part that I've been building up to, because everything we've talked about so far, the affordability, the job growth, neighborhoods, even the trade-offs, all of it is leading to one massive moment. And that moment is happening right now in 2026. This spring, the NFL draft is officially coming to Pittsburgh. From April 23rd through the 25th, the entire football world will be right here, live, loud, and looking directly into the city. And if you're already a Steelers fan, or even if you're not, once you're here, you'll feel the energy. Pittsburgh lives and breathes sports. And the draft is just one more example of how this city rallies. It builds that sense of connection, whether you're a sports fan or not. According to Visit Pittsburgh, the event is expected to draw hundreds of thousands of fans. The economic impact of previous NFL drafts has ranged from $120 to over $213 million, and Pittsburgh is expected to land well within that range. For one incredible weekend, tens of millions of viewers across the country will see our skyline, our rivers, our bridges, our neighborhoods, on a national broadcast. And this is not happening in a vacuum. The city has been building towards this moment for a long time. Downtown Pittsburgh is in the middle of a massive revitalization. Market Square is being redesigned with new stone paving, expanded outdoor dining, and pedestrian-friendly walkways. The Urban Redevelopment Authority is overseeing a 217 new housing units being converted from old office buildings into modern apartments. Cultural anchors like the Cultural District and Point Park University are expanding their programming. Pittsburgh International Airport has completed a $1.7 billion modernization project. Brand new terminal designed that it opened in 2025 featuring geothermal heating and cooling, non-stop flights to London and other major cities, and an estimated 14,000 jobs were created during construction. And across the region, former industrial sites are being transformed into innovation hubs. Hazelwood Green, 170 acres former steel mill, is now home to Carnegie Mellon's Advanced Robotics for Manufacturing Institute, powered entirely by solar energy. On the North Shore, the Esplande project is turning old industrial land into waterfront district parks, restaurants, and modern homes. Here's why this matters if you're thinking about moving here. When the cameras roll for the NFL draft, and the rest of the country sees what locals already know, people will notice. They will look up the housing prices. They will start making plans. And if you're already here or on your way, you're way ahead of that wave. That is not about panic buying or rushing into anything. It's about understanding the trajectory. Pittsburgh is a city that is investing in itself at every level, from its airport to its downtown, to its tech economy, to its neighborhoods. That kind of coordinated momentum does not happen everywhere, and it does not last forever as an opportunity for newcomers. So let's bring it all together. Pittsburgh in 2026 gives you a cost of living that is still well below the national average, a median home price around $213,000, and everyday expenses that leave room in your budget to actually enjoy life. It gives you a job market anchored by world-class healthcare, booming tech sector, and prestigious universities that keep the talent pipeline flowing. It gives you 90 distinct neighborhoods, each with its own character, and a level of genuine hospitality that people from all over the country notice immediately. But it also comes with real winters, gray skies, older homes that may need extra love, utility costs that run higher than you might expect, and an infrastructure built on hills and rivers that takes some getting used to. The trade-off is real, but for many people, especially those coming from the high-cost metros where everyday dollars feel stretched to the breaking point, that trade-off is more than worth it. You're not downgrading. You're choosing a city that lets you build the life that you actually want on your terms with room to breathe. Pittsburgh isn't just a place to move. It's a place where people genuinely plant roots, building careers, families, and wealth over the long run. I would love to hear what you think. Does Pittsburgh sound like it could be the right fit for you, the life that you're trying to build? Drop your thoughts, your questions, or your comments below. If you're considering a move and you want help trying to figure out what neighborhoods, what home options, or the next steps make the most sense for your situation, reach out to me directly. I'm always here to help you through the process. My contact information is right below this video. And when you're ready to take the next step, grab my free Pittsburgh Relocation Guide using the link in the description. It breaks down the neighborhoods, cost expectations, top employers, best schools, and all the real things that most newcomers wish they had known ahead of time. Then make sure that you watch this video right here. 6 huge changes coming to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 2026. Don't miss out. It's an inside look at the 6 massive shifts already transforming the city, and I think it's going to open your eyes. If this video helped you today, give a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and tap that bell so that you never miss what's coming next. I am Diane McConaghy, your local Pittsburgh realtor and relocation guide, and I would love to help you find the perfect home right here in Pittsburgh. I'll see you in the next one.